Let's explore how sense could enhance meditation. That was odd, wasn't it? This evening's lesson is drawn from a good-hearted question found on Reddit. How do you deal with smells during meditation? Man, I tell you, when I was living at Deer Park Monastery, the first pre-dawn meditation, the nuns and monks would meet in separate meditation halls. And as we sat there in meditation, I kid you not, the monks would let loose with belches and farts, and I was just beside myself. Our intrepid meditator writes, say, for instance, someone started cooking, or there was a smell coming from somewhere. Sorry, I just can't help myself. How do you deal with it during meditation? Does it distract you? We're going to first examine this through broad brushstrokes, and then we will leave the fine details to tonight's formal practice. Let us not confuse concentration with mindfulness. When we rely upon our medial prefrontal cortex to actively concentrate, when we rely upon our dorsolateral prefrontal cortex to actively contemplate, that is an experience of being rigid. Now, if you were holding a champagne flute while standing on a hardwood floor and released it, when it hit the floor, it would shatter, because a champagne flute is a rigid structure. If, on the other hand, you were holding a Nerf ball, which is not a rigid structure, and you let go of it, when it hit the hardwood floor, it would be fine. Similarly, when we rely upon our sympathetic nervous system to notice, when we rely upon, to passively notice, when we rely upon our parasympathetic nervous system to release, that is a resilient practice, an effortless practice that is far more spiritually productive than concentration could ever be. Allow me to elaborate. Every time we inhale, whether we know it or not, we access the sympathetic nervous system in our thoracic spine, which has evolved to perceive vulnerably, passively, viscerally, and randomly. If we have evolved to perceive randomly, then there's no such thing as concentration at all. There's no such thing as distraction. Distraction only exists if you're trying to concentrate. If you are deliberately allowing yourself to be led willy-nilly, then there is no such thing as distraction. We are wired to notice sights, sounds, sensations, flavors, and scents. We are wired to notice emotions, intentions, cognitions, recollections, and imaginings. We are wired to notice both the external and the internal, both the physical and the mental, both the pleasurable and the painful, both the interesting and the boring, both the glorious and the grotesque. There is no resistance. There is no picking and choosing. There is just noticing and releasing in harmony with our inhalation and our exhalation as effortlessly we dance with our autonomic nervous system. Concentration and contemplation are strenuous mental activities that we endure. However, mindfulness and meditation are effortless and blissful and productive, and we don't endure them, we savor them. So yes, as you sit in meditation, a scent could pull you into a memory. It can pull you into an imagining. It can pull you into a confabulation, which is a blending of the two. And that's fine. That's fine. It could give you bliss. It could give you pain. It could be interesting. It could be boring. It could be glorious. It could be grotesque. Let it take you on the adventure, because enlightenment is not one state that we hold on to with white knuckle intensity. Enlightenment is nothing more than simply the mastery of the Eightfold Path. As a young boy, I found the specter of tying my shoes to be daunting. However, by the time I attended first grade, I'd mastered tying my shoes, for then I could tie my shoes spontaneously, habitually, easily, and effectively. We can do the same thing with the Buddha's Eightfold Path in a surprisingly short period of time. And when we do, all that we notice serves us effortlessly, including sense. I do look forward to chanting and meditating with you after approximately 30 seconds of housekeeping. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For more than 30 years, I've spent about 8 hours a day, almost every day, studying, practicing, mastering, and reverse engineering the teachings and techniques of each sect of Buddhism so that you would not have to. Welcome, my friends, to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. There we go. This text is the latest iteration of Kind Gaze's easy meditation. But who is Kind Gaze? In Sanskrit, Kind Gaze is Avalokiteshvara. In Tibetan, Kind Gaze is Chenrezig. Zik. Ask someone upon the path of being rigid, fearful, and controlling, and they'll tell you Chenrezig, or Kind Gaze, is someone to worship and supplicate. Ask someone who has the very good fortune to traverse the path of being flexible, loving, and laid back, and they will say that Kind Gaze is merely an archetype, whose iconography reminds us that we are already wired to master, no less practice, awareness and letting go, love and letting go, as well as bliss and letting go. We're going to flip and flop between chanting and mantra meditation and silent meditation. So let's begin by reviewing the meaning of the six-syllable mantra. Please chant with me. Om, I invoke the wish of ending Manu, true love, and the purifying baby lotus of letting go, supplicating with whom may love and letting go be mastered by all. Let us begin with Lama Kyana, or calling the teacher as from afar. Please chant with me. Let us invite real or imagined Guru Amitabha Karma Mudra to the crown of our head, that in the union of bliss and letting go we may train. So as we breathe in, let us silently and mentally recite, Lama, come to this crown. What is the metaphoric philosopher's stone that transforms the lead of mindless mantra recitation into the gold of productive mantra meditation? The answer is twofold. Number one, during our inhalation, we silently, mentally, and passively recite the italicized bit. Number two, during the exhalation, we physically relax as best we can while striving to chant this 6-syllable mantra 8 times per breath. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Having chanted the mantra 8 times, during our inhalation, let us kick back and watch the antics of mind as it perceives, emotes, intends, reasons, recalls, and imagines, while silently and mentally we recite the demonstrative pronoun this. During our exhalation, let us relax into mind's non-graspable nature, as silently and mentally we recite the one-syllable verb ease, which functions as a synonym of relax. Let us explore the outer set of preliminary practices from a certain point of view. Together, let us courageously exercise the vulnerability to notice others' stress, that the seeds of empathy we may sow. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. As we sit in meditation, let us do our very best to generate a vertical traction between our tush and our head. Instead of torturing ourselves with a fear of karma, may we view interdependence as the opportunity for our love to lighten the loads of others. Om mani mimi yung 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 om mani mimi yung. Excuse me. Rather than torment ourselves with a dread of death, may we view impermanence as that which makes of grasping an absurdity. Om mani mimi yung 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 om mani mimi yung. Instead of straining to make the most of each precious meditation opportunity, we could simply flow from the scented spontaneity generated by mindfulness and meditation. mimi yung, om mani mimi yung. Let us practice the inner set of preliminary practices in the tradition of the final meditation manual of Zalpotrul Rinpoche. In our compassion, may we long to free all beings from the toxic tyranny of ever, hating, craving, and clinging, metaphorically known as the three mental poisons. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. In our pragmatism, may our admiration of others be fueled by your reliance on the Buddha's example, instructions, and students, inscribed by the metaphor of the three wish-fulfilling jewels. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. rather than squander all time and energy in defensiveness. How much wiser could it be to learn from all mistakes and lessons that effortlessly flow from the scented spontaneity of mindfulness and meditation? Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. A life squandered in competition and greed leads not to peace and fulfillment. Better to live in cooperation and generosity. At lives and made this mind shoot out crowns on purifying, multiplying, and offering myself to the beings of nirvana and samsara. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Let us invite real or imagined Lama, Opak may up our heart, mind, that in the union of bliss and letting go we may train. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Let us view letting go through a philosophical lens as we bring the illusion of the horizontal duality of us and them into the dance of impermanence and interdependence known as Madhyamaku's Yoga of Inconceivability. All circumstances or laws could be as impermanent and interdependent as if they could blissfully melt into rainbow light that could delightfully absorb into this body or form. Om mani mimi yung 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 om mani mimi yung. All bodies or forms could be as impermanent and interdependent as if they could blissfully melt it, as if they could blissfully melt into rainbow light that could delightfully absorb into this communication or speech. Om mani mimi yung 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 om mani mimi yung. All interpersonal speech could be as impermanent and interdependent As if it could blissfully melt into rainbow light that could delightfully absorb into this mind. Om mani mimi yung 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 om mani mimi yung. Welcome to this evening's live stream. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist meditation, Buddhist philosophy, or how to apply them, please type your question in great detail in the chat window. All minds could be as impermanent and interdependent as if they could blissfully melt into rainbow light that could delightfully absorb into our vast empty void. Like the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which although tantalizing to the eye could be not graspable to the hand. As we breathe in, let us silently and mentally recite into void. And as we exhale, let us silently and mentally recite all minds melt. No, it's not our job to actively visualize. If all we do is silently, mentally, and passively recite these words in harmony with our breathing, everything will take care of itself. What is the philosopher's stone that transforms the lead of mindless mantra recitation into the gold of mantra meditation? The answer is twofold. Number one, during our inhalation, we silently and mentally and passively recite the italicized bit. Number two, during the exhalation, we physically relax as best we can while striving to chant these 6 syllables 8 times per breath. And of course, if this is your first time playing with this mantra, please give yourself permission to have a learning curve. Om mani mimi yung 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 om mani mimi yung. Having chanted the mantra 8 times, during our inhalation, let us kick back and watch the antics of mind as it perceives, emotes, intends, reasons, recalls, and imagines, while we silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this. During our exhalation, let us relax into mind's non-graspable nature, as silently and mentally we recite the one-syllable verb ease, which functions as a synonym of relax. Let us bring the experience of the four bases of mindfulness into the conventional path of love and letting go, where it is love that is emphasized and jealousy that is leapt over. Rather than indulge all controlling tendencies with our follies of visualization, emotion, magic, and belief, we could just recite these words of love in harmony with our breathing and allow our subconscious to do the heavy lifting. May all minds of all beings know be as peacefully wise as the mind of a real or imagined Buddha symbolized by a clay one syllable seed or bija mantra. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. May all relationships of all beings know be as joyfully and loving as a real or imagined Buddhist communication symbolized by the six-syllable mantra. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. May whole bodies of all beings now enjoy the beautiful, healthy, and Buddhist statuary, depicting the blissful body of a real or imagined Devi or Yadam and archetype of enlightenment such as Chenrezig. Om Mani Mimi Yung, 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 Om Mani Mimi Yung. May all circumstances or lots of all beings now have the good fortune or boon as a Buddha's real or imagined paradise, pure land of Vanti. Om Mani Mimi Yung, 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 Om Mani Mimi Yung. Let us view letting go through a physiological lens as we bring the experience of the four bases of mindfulness into the ultimate path of love and letting go, where it is letting go that is emphasized and it is pride that is left over. Let us sidestep the rigidity that confuses metaphors for literal statements, and relax into the flexibility that savors the chance explaining metaphors as similes. As we inhale, all circumstances or lots could appear quite vivid. Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as non-graspable or what is a real or imagined paradise or vati of light. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. As we inhale, our bodies or forms can feel quite sensual. Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as non-graspable of what is a real or imagined archetypal yidam of light. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. As we inhale, the interpersonal experience of communication or speech could sound quite resounding. Yet as we relax into our exhalation, it could feel as non-graspable of what is a real or imagined mantra of light. As we inhale, we could notice all minds, perceptions, emotions, intentions, cognitions, recollections, and imaginings quite clearly. Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as non-graspable or void as a real or imagined beach as he'd set above light. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. One moment, if you please. Let us bring the spontaneous play of mind into the path of awareness and letting go. During the inhalation, let us silently, mentally, and passively recite relaxing into this. During the exhalation, let us physically relax as best we can while striving to chant this 6-syllable mantra 8 times per breath. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi um mani mimi um Om mani mimi um mani mimi um Om mani mimi um mani mimi um Om mani mimi um mani mimi um. Let us seal this evening's practice with a love that wishes for universal enlightenment and well-being. May all minds... Oh, that's what I want to do. Okay, let's try this again. Let us seal this evening's practice by percussively chanting loving wishes for universal enlightenment and well-being. May all minds of all beings lucid yet void now be as enlightened as how Buddha's mind symbolized by a one-syllable bija. May all speech of all beings resounding yet void now be as loving as O Buddha's speech symbolized by a multi-syllable mantra. May all forms of all beings sensual yet void now be as healthy as a yidam depicted in Buddhist statuary. May all lots of all beings appearing yet void now be as fortunate as a pure land of law depicted in Buddhist paintings. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In approximately 10 3/4 hours, I would very much like to return to lead tomorrow's early meditation class and group practice. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you always.